All right, everybody. We're at the live section of the Jeep Life podcast. Welcome to the show. Let's see who's coming on. This blue is bright.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never wear anything this bright. But I was like, hey, it matches the hat. So,
Oh, it does. Oh,
yeah.
I like that hat.
Yeah. I do too. It was funny because I was bragging about how and this was a while back, how much I loved my Alpine hat.
Right. Wow.
And
Do they even have those hats anymore?
I don't know.
We need some more of those.
Yeah.
I've completely destroyed it.
Yeah. Yes. There's not a hat in my closet that I haven't thoroughly blasted.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Jason. But yeah, so as soon as Dave heard that, he was like, yeah, I got you a hat. Tori, Dave. It's like a all-star meeting tonight.
It is.
Jason.
They are coming on in droves.
Yeah, and we're four in on the responses, and I haven't seen a mic yet.
I mean, I'm going to give them another 2 minutes, and then we're sending a search party.
I know, right? I think we need that. How we doing, folks? Welcome to the show. I'm excited about tonight's show. I know we haven't. We've had one show in the last month, 5 weeks.
We got to get back on the roll, man.
Back on the roll. So I'm hoping that we were able to do that. Rochelle, what's up? Yeah. But it's been a day. I've been doing some installations.
Installations.
Yeah. And I'm surprising myself.
That they work?
That they work. And it's
I'm always surprised when it works.
It's much better than what I had before. I mean, I had nothing before, but
Much gooder?
much gooder. Look at that.
Oh, wow. There's no wires.
There's no wires.
How bad was it?
Once I figured out how to actually take the mirror apart.
Yeah. Wasn't bad.
No, I did the first one took about an hour. The second one took about 15 minutes.
Yep.
And then the wiring was 6 minutes.
That's usually how it goes. First side takes 3 days, 4 hours, 72 minutes,
Right.
and 67,000 seconds. And then the second side usually goes about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That looks really good. I like it.
Yeah, so it's a nice clean look.
So what he's talking about is a killer set of mirror lights by Oracle.
Yeah.
And I like them.
They're sharp. I like them.
You test them out at night yet?
I have not. I mean, I put them on today. It hasn't been dark until on the way here. It was starting to get dark, but I was more concerned about the torrential
downpour that was ensuing.
Yeah. My feet are soaked.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Here we go. Andrew, what's happening? Oh, you weren't late. You're right on time with us.
We're late.
We're late.
We're always
as
late.
usual. My feet were just soaked. So
I'm sorry. Currently I have a river running through my yard, I guess. River, not even small pond. It's a full-on raging river.
Full on. And I tried to walk around it and find all the places where the grass was actually through the water so I could think, hopefully, no. Yeah, every single one sank right down. What's up, Jerry? What's up, Canada? Yeah, so we're just getting rolling. I guess you were, huh?
Well, all right. I'm going to go out with my foodie real quick.
All right, do it.
We were at Costco, and I picked up their small little cheesesteak, egg rolls almost.
Okay.
So Philadelphia cheesesteak egg rolls.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
They're so good.
In the frozen section? Or
Frozen section. You get 16 in a box. I ate like 5 of them.
Nice.
And they have like really good shredded meat in the inside and cheese and some peppers. And you just dip them in a little bit of ketchup and
in the ketchup, huh?
hell yeah, man.
All right.
I mean, you can dip them into anything you want,
Yeah.
but Costco mini Philadelphia cheesesteak sliders.
So they're sliders, they're not egg rolls.
Well, they're wrapped.
Oh, they're wrapped. Okay.
They're
okay.
like
all right,
hand
all right.
wrapped
Yep.
cheesesteak.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'll have to,
They're so good.
next time I'm in there, I'll pick up some.
Oh, they're so good.
Dave just said, nice hat.
I know, and I need one.
I know. Yeah, it matches the shirt, Dave. That's the whole point. For the first time ever, I'm actually matching outfit. I'm looking good. Not really.
You are.
All right. I like it.
You're looking good today.
Thanks, buddy. I need all the confidence I can get.
I like the beer taps. I just want
Yeah.
to reach over and grab one, but that probably beer doesn't. Beer might come out. Who knows?
Oh, so you can put a ARB twin under the front seat of the JK. You can buy a bracket, and you don't have to fab your own.
Yeah.
There's so many great products that you don't have to fab your own.
When you get into where things just don't work with each other, then
Yeah, true.
Then all else is.
Well, when
fab it.
things have been modified to so many points.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
I like that though. Unfortunately, we have subwoofers underneath our passenger seats.
Yes.
So you'd have to put it under the driver's seat. I don't want that vibration under my seat.
No.
though.
And I've got a lockbox under my driver's seat. So.
Okay. I have it mounted up underneath the hood.
Yeah.
Right above the brake booster.
Yeah, it just adds more heat in there. It's
Not really.
my
Speaking of heat,
yeah.
I'm getting a heat surge when I go up hills.
Well, it's been bloody hot lately.
That too.
So,
But
I bet
I'll be
that
just
contributes.
cruising around, good,
Yeah.
hit a hill, it surges. And then it drops back down.
How far does it surge?
Like 230.
Yeah. Well, that's
normal though.
yeah. It's not going to be too bad.
No.
Is
I
that
don't know.
mine was doing that before we had all of our disaster,
Right.
right? And then now currently it does the same thing.
Okay.
So I think that's more than that when you get a 250 range.
It doesn't go 250.
Then-
It hits
then I
like
would worry about that.
235 max.
No, I think that's.
Okay.
I think you're good on that. Andrew says he's been hooked on those.
Yo, they're
himself.
so good.
Oh, look at here, Ron Honk.
Yeah.
Look at that. Haven't seen that guy in a while. How
Well,
about those half doors, man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's coming out from under his rock.
he is. He is.
Hawk Rock.
Well, you know,
Hawk
summertime.
Landing.
Summertime's over. He crawls out of the pool,
Yep.
a little wilted and,
Yep.
and crinkled up. But
He's
he's
going to be
good.
pruny, but
Yep.
he'll be back.
All right. Well, why don't we get this ball game rolling?
Hell yeah, man.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We are proudly sponsored by Armalite, the toughest flooring on the trail.
Mine is looking quite dirty right now.
Mine's really wet, right?
Yours is wet. Mine is covered in mud.
Oh, is it?
So last night I took Big Red up into the mountains and the trails and hit some night wheeling, and we got monsoon dawn.
Oh, yeah.
It was straight downpours. But, you know, we had to get in and out of the vehicle a couple times, and it was very muddy. So
Yep.
all that mud got tracked right on in, and I can't wait to just take the hose to it.
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing about Armalite is
Yep.
it's easy to clean. Keeps you warm, or keeps you cool, rather.
Keeps you, well,
Right?
it does keep you warm in the winter,
right, in
too.
the wintertime, yeah. keeps you cool from that thermal heat of the exhaust and the transmission right underneath your feet, and then it also sound deadens.
Yes.
Everything.
Easy cleanup, though.
And it's easy cleanup. It's all those things. So make sure that you go out and you get your Armalite. And for our listeners, Jeep Podcast 10 get you 10% off of a complete system at goarmalite.com. Go check them out. And thanks to our friends for presenting the Jeep Life Podcast. I'm Jeep and Terry, and I'm joined always by my good friend Break It Bill. How you doing, man?
Just breaking it, you know.
Yeah, you are. We alluded in the kind of the sponsor read to your night wheeling adventure last night.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. As always, we have a good time up in my old hometown, and there are some trails, and a rock may have jumped out at me.
Those rocks, man.
It straight up jumped right out at my door, and it put a nice dinger.
It's a borderline gouge.
It is.
If
It
it
really
broke
is.
through the metal in any way, it would be a gouge.
It's
deep.
borderline. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
So the door took the abuse, but besides that,
here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you my door, and I'm gonna take yours. Front doors,
Okay.
because your front door is not messed up, and my front door is, so that you can. It'll just keep the theme
Compliment?
going. Yeah.
Okay,
It'll
how about
keep-
I got a better idea? How
All
about
right.
you just give me your door and I fix them both at the same time?
All right, sounds good. That's a plan. I like that a little bit better.
Yeah. So I mean, at least I hit the door that already had a little rust at the bottom of it. Like you could see the bubble.
Yeah.
So I was like, well,
We gotta do it
I
anyway.
really just gotta fix it.
No excuses anymore.
Ah,
It'll buff out. Come on, man.
no, this will not buff out.
Yeah. That was quite the dinger. When you sent me the picture, I was like, oh,
Oh.
yeah. Well, I've seen that before.
Yeah. So I wasn't even that mad. Like it was just like, oh well, whatever.
Yeah.
At least I didn't roll it.
Well, there is that.
There is that.
And, you tried to submerge it. It's not
Yeah.
a submarine.
It is
I don't-
not a submarine at Titanic depths. It really won't hold up. But so we were out, all the little ponds we were in, crossings that we were going through, they all had rock bottoms.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we got to one. It was not a rock bottom.
No.
And literally it sunk, and I was like, oh crap. Punched it to the floor, turned on the front locker as it was rolling, and I'm like, we've got to get through this. And it just shot everything up the sides.
Oh yeah.
There was a small bush on the rock rail. It was a clump about the size of 2 footballs
Yeah.
in line of just mud, grass, roots, everything and then there was stuff all on the roof. It was everywhere. And I wasn't intentionally. I don't go mudding. I don't like
we
mud.
avoid the mud.
Like every other water crossing, I did 2 miles an hour through, and I was like, okay, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine.
Yeah.
And then I hit this thing, and it just starts a. You know that
Yeah,
sound.
I know. Yes.
And it's just like, oh crap, what do I do?
Well, that kind of reminds me.
Grab
is
a gear and go.
You and I, we've been wheeling together for basically 5 years.
Yeah.
And the first time we went wheeling together, we were on Puddle Road at AOAA.
Yep.
And that you came back and told everybody, hey, stay to the right side of this
Yes.
of this puddle, this last puddle.
Yep.
Which really wasn't a puddle, it was more of
A small lake.
a small lake.
Yes.
And so everybody stayed and listened
Yes.
until we got to the XJ.
Yes.
And that XJ submerged itself quite nicely.
Yes.
And there was no reaching in, flipping the lockers, and trying to
No.
get out. As a matter of fact, that XJ lost electrical from that.
was a
we
bad
have
day.
people submerging themselves in underwear because there were no tow points on that XJ.
I remember.
That XJ was the antithesis of everything that we do.
Yes.
But you and I got to play brake and acceleration on the toe out.
Yes. There was an interesting one.
And so, folks, know your depth. And
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I'm
a good
yelling
point.
I'm yelling at you.
I know.
Know your depth. You're usually really good about this
And
because we avoid the mud.
Well, everything up on that mountain is a rock bottom. I
Yes.
found the one spot
yeah.
that was soupy mud grossness.
So let me ask you, you were with another person, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What vehicle did they have?
They had an F-150.
Okay. So not quite the clearance that you have.
No, he was fine though. Like he was just
Did he-
taking it easy. He went around the other
I was
side,
going to say
which was
he
fine.
he didn't follow you
No,
through that.
he did not.
Okay.
There was another way around, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't really see that over there. It was dark, and so yeah."
Yeah. Well, you should have used my new mirror lights.
I know.
That would have helped you.
I know. How do you like them?
I can't wait to get them out on the trail.
So how was the install, really?
The install. So what I'm talking about is the Oracle mirror lights. They're a 12 LED per side mirror shell
LEDs.
replacement, and the angle it points outward and down, so
Okay.
that you really get a good ditch line
Okay.
light out of that.
Yeah.
The first one, taking the mirror apart, good on 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was really taking the mirror apart that was the
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
once I figured that out, and this is how you do it. You turn all this stuff, and
Twist, pull, pop, jump up and down 3 times,
Yeah.
and pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time.
yeah, the second one was 15 minutes.
Yep.
And the wiring was super simple. I wired it right to my switch box.
Sweet.
Cleaned up a lot of wiring in the engine bay.
Yeah.
I need to go through and clean up a little bit more. But right now, without trying them fully, turn them on
Yeah.
and blinding people as it is right now in the driveway, killer.
Cool.
I can't wait to get them out on the trail and do some night wheeling with them. You should have had those.
Yes.
Um,
They may have helped. They would not have helped.
No, but you could have given me a good
Yeah.
good review on that.
Yep.
Right. And so,
But I mean, I can just give all my wheeling adventure a huge shout out to Mickey Thompson.
oh yeah,
Dude, those Baja Boss Pros, like, they are awesome. 37-inch, 12.5 Baja Pros.
that I'm getting the AT version of that.
Yeah.
That's my next tire.
Mm-hmm.
That exact, just the Baja Boss.
Yep.
AT.
Yep.
Because I've seen it on other people's vehicles. Lexi has it on hers.
Yeah. They're a great tire.
That's a great tire.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
that's
Hashtag
my
not
next one.
sponsored.
Yet. I see you there, Mickey. Yeah. So what's coming up later is we're going to be going wheeling next weekend.
Yes,
so we
we
thought
are.
it'd be a good idea to kind of tell our prep for that.
Put Jeep back together.
That's step one.
Crap.
But that's coming up a little bit later. Last week, we, in the middle of the show, had an epiphany, and
We didn't write it down. I forget.
we're making a call out right now.
Oh, yeah.
Show us your shop.
Show us your shop.
Send us photos, videos, whatever you want. It's a new segment. Get them in and show us your shop. I think Mark Campbell was the instigator of that because we haven't seen his shop since he did the first walkthrough. And we're like, everybody, send in your shop.
Yep.
Maybe next week
We can I'll
do yours
yeah, maybe.
to maybe right now yours isn't a prime example.
No, it's not. Well, it is. It's a working shop.
It is a very working shop.
It is
Things
a
are
in
everywhere.
Yeah, in progress parts, pieces, bolts, nuts. Don't kick anything in the garage. Number 1 rule.
Yes. Is Don still out there sleeping in
He
my
might
chair?
Be. Might be.
So make sure to show us your shop. Send that in. And listener question. I've got about 8 listener questions so far. I'm trying to build a listener question show out of it. So send those in if you got them. Everything can be sent to info@jeeplifepodcast.com.
Yep.
That's the easiest way to get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to feature you. We want to talk about you, our listeners. So make sure to get that in. We'd appreciate it.
We like seeing Jeeps.
We love them. We love seeing Jeeps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I owe you and Dawn a huge thank you.
Oh, your Jeep fixed.
My Jeep fixed. Well, at least partially.
Partly fixed.
The main problem, drive shaft was blown and shot.
Yeah.
All the shit.
Is it less vibration?
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Less vibration, no vibration.
Well, that's good.
The only vibration I have left is in the steering, and we're going to get that fixed.
ASAP.
Yeah, I have a new Steer Smart aluminum tie rod.
Cool. Replacement.
Yes.
Yes.
To
Replacement
replace
tie
the
rod.
chromoly steel one that I
Yep.
have.
Yeah.
That's bent all to shit.
Yes, that's what happens.
Yes.
Steel does not bend back.
No, and aluminum kind of holds.
It's a memory metal, so it can bend and then go back to its original form.
Yeah,
a lot better.
We'll get that installed. Who knows when, and get it aligned, and I'll be happy, because then I'll have to order new tires.
Yep.
Because I beat the shit out of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens when it's bent pretty bad.
Yeah, it is.
And that would definitely cause the toe problem that
Yep.
I'm having right now. And the inside
Absolutely.
of my tires.
Cooked.
Yeah. We've got some events coming up, and it's busy for us.
It is. So, September 16th is the Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania Fall Trail Ride out at AOAA.
All the tickets are sold.
Yeah, I think we are sold out. I actually allowed one more person in my group.
Oh, all right.
So, I even gave another ticket out. So, we are beyond sold out.
Yes.
So, show up, put up,
That's right. And
run what you brung.
this does benefit Santa's Helpers,
Yes, it does.
which your family
Yes.
kind of does and helps people in lesser
Unfortunate situations.
yes. Yeah.
Unforeseen circumstances.
For the holiday.
For the holidays, sometimes things happen.
Yep.
And, we love giving back to the community and giving back to people in the community. And if we can make it a better Christmas holiday for, another
Yes.
family.
Yeah, I love it. I love that our club does this. I love that your family does this.
Yes.
As we've exceeded expectations every year when we've done this.
We always have the problem of, what are we going to do with all this money? But it goes to an amazing cause of helping out some families in the valley and the area. So
Yep.
And then September 22nd to the 24th is the Great American Crawl.
Oh, I forgot to put that one on there.
AOAAs.
Yep.
So I'm going to be up there hanging out with Reaper and the crew up there, and we will be guiding some trails, hitting some hard, gnarly stuff. There might be a mammoth sighting.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to see.
Yeah.
I got to get my crap together, though.
I was going to say, in the condition that both of your Jeeps are right now, you're not doing much of
I am doing the mammoth. I promise you that.
Even if it's just you up there.
Just walking
Just walk with your helmet on.
Do. And my yellow vest.
That's right.
And then September 30th is Girls Play Prom Ride at Roush Creek.
Yeah.
Off-road park.
I might be guiding.
Okay. Depending on the current situations.
Well, one of my kids' hockey games got rescheduled for that day.
Ah, jeez.
And it was one of those weather-related things, and I'm trying to be a good dad, and
yeah, well, kids come first.
And so we'll see.
Your Jeep is important.
If not, I like the concept of this ride. You basically wear a prom dress while you wheel.
Yep.
Which is great.
It's
and
hilarious.
Then they take and clean those dresses, and they have them available for that area for girls to have.
Yep.
For their prom, so that girls don't have to worry about
not
being able to go.
Awesome event.
Yeah, I love it.
And then October 20th to the 22nd is Myrtle Beach Jeep Jam.
Woo-hoo.
In Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. That's in South Carolina, folks.
Yep.
Man, I wish I could go to that.
It's kind of far.
It's a long ways. It's not as far as you think it is. I mean, it's
far in a
like
Jeep,
10 hours,
dude.
Yeah.
That's like 20 hours.
I know.
Real time.
Yeah, right. I just did it to Tennessee and back.
Yeah. And then November 11th is Wheel to Heel, put on by Apex Off-Road, and that is up at the AOAAs again. And oh my gosh, is that an amazing event.
Yes.
Great guys, supporting great causes.
Yeah, we've done it a couple times. You've done it more than me.
Yes.
And it really is. It's a good time to just go out and wheel. But Mission 22, right? They support Mission 22, and I think they give over $10,000 last year.
I think they gave more than that last year.
Yeah.
I think they were upwards of 15 to 20.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yes.
Jeepers doing
Great
the good
things,
work, right?
as always.
Yeah, I love it. And I think that's it for...
There's probably some events in here that we're missing, so send them in to info@jeeplifepodcast.com.
Yeah.
And we will announce your event. We will. We promise.
100%. Michael and Danny, thank you for those topics. I have put both of them in notes, and maybe we'll throw those out as a future topic. Tonight's topic is literally based on the fact that we're going wheeling next weekend.
Yep.
And it's not just wheeling.
It is a full-on camping extravaganza.
Yeah. Yeah, which has at least 2, maybe 3 days of wheeling involved.
Yes.
And some of it very organized, some of it not so organized.
Yep.
Which makes it a little more complex
Chaotic.
to plan. So we wanted to here's what we did. We said, let's take like our top 5 planning for a long wheeling weekend.
Yep.
And see if any of these help someone else plan their weekend.
Okay.
And so we each kind of come up with 5-ish. I think I have more than 5, but
I got like 35.
I know, but the show could go on for days.
Yes, it could.
So
We're going to cap it at 5, maybe 6.
Yep.
10.
All right. Do you have a first, or you want me to go?
So my first is gassing up.
Dude, that's mine. Literally. That first line says plenty of fuel. Stop on the way out of town.
That doesn't
Fill
just end with my gas tanks, though.
Right.
It involves
you got backup. You got
your
generator.
Backup, you got the generator. I also have to make sure that I have my gas cans filled. Propane needs to be filled.
Oh, right. To cook and eat.
And eat. So, like, you got to make sure, because once you get up there, you don't want to have to go fill a propane tank. You can do it, but it's not what you want to do. You want to sit down and crack an ice cold soda.
Well, I mean, where we're going, we are lucky because the small town is not far away.
Yes.
But, like you say, you don't want to leave the fun.
No, never.
When I check in up there.
You check out.
Right. That's exactly it.
Check in to check out.
I leave the outside world behind. And crawl right into our adventure, and we do have an adventure when we go. It's always a good time.
McDonald's at 3:00 in the morning in the buggy.
We're not doing that again. All right, so we both had fuel up as number 1. That's pretty awesome.
Yep. And then camp gear.
All right.
Obviously, you got to have the Blackstone because if not, nobody's eating.
That's right.
So
I'm so glad you have that.
The Blackstone gets packed in the truck. We, make sure the cooler's all packed, everything's there. And then I have my general tote that I just take.
Yes.
Which is fully packed with all my camp gear.
Yeah, it's already there. You just pick it up, you wheel it over to the trailer, and
Yep, done.
So I had as my number 4 item is do a camping checklist.
Yeah.
And several years ago, I scoured the internet and I found a couple good camp lists, and I made my own off of those.
Yeah.
And so that, a couple days before I start the checklist.
Knocking through, making sure you've replenished the things that you've used previously.
Yes.
Make sure that you have your deodorant, your mouthwash, your toothbrush.
Right.
Toilet paper, extra toilet paper, backup extra toilet paper.
Yes. So my toilet paper situation, my Jeep always has. I go to Costco.
You have a daughter.
Yes, I do have a daughter.
You have a daughter.
So I go to Costco and I get the good toilet paper from Costco.
Yeah, man.
But I have a roll in a dry bag
Yep.
that sits underneath the storage area in the back of the Jeep. Always lives there.
Yeah.
So I have that for anybody that needs it, mainly my kid.
Yep.
And
do bears shit in the woods? Yes, they do.
And if I have to file a little paperwork,
it happens.
I've got the shovel right there. And
yeah, man.
But no, it's a checklist for camping is great. My Jeep is full when I head up there.
Yes, it is.
Because I don't have a lot of room once I put the Gazelle in there and in that tent, and there's not a lot of room left.
No.
So I want to make sure that I don't forget anything and I don't put too much in there. Use just the checklist.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, camping, fueling, everything's loaded up, ready to go. Now I start focusing on the Jeep and figuring out all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I go through and I lube everything, obviously. Get out the grease guns and go to town.
Yep.
Make sure everything's kind of splooging with the grease.
Yep.
I go through, I check my ball joints in the front, if I'm taking the buggy up, because I just kind of lift up the front tire, make sure everything's tight, left, right, up, down. Check all the fluids, top everything off that's needed.
Yep.
Add my extra quart of transmission fluid because it's probably leaked out. And just make sure everything's, I might start the buggy up, let it run for a good 10, 15,
Yep.
Just kind of warm up, cool down.
Well, you can also listen for things at that point, right?
Yeah. Usually I'll take it for, cruise around the block, knock the rust off the brake calipers.
Yep.
So that kind of deal.
Well, my number 2 was crawl under the Jeep, tighten bolts, check everything.
Make sure you still have the bolts in the locations you need.
I several times I missed that, and there were missing bolts.
Happens.
And others. So today, actually, it was raining. I was driving around. I was kind of angry, weird place.
Mm-hmm.
So I came across this parking garage. There were no cars in it whatsoever.
Pulled in.
I pulled in. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to crawl under
and look at everything
and tighten everything down. And I did a quick run through, and everything's good underneath.
Yeah, man.
Killing it.
So my fourth thing is beer.
That's under my camping checklist. Beverages.
No, I have my own. That's my own.
That's your own checklist.
Yeah,
I like that.
And then my number 5 is double check for my pillow.
Dude, if you don't have a pillow,
because I always forget a pillow. It isn't a good weekend if I don't forget my pillow.
I'm a side sleeper.
Oh,
and
yeah.
my shoulders are big, and so I got to have enough pillow to hold that big noggin up.
Heck yeah.
So that's a very good point. Is a pillow. Yeah, I'll sacrifice blankets.
Yeah.
To get pillow.
Oh, absolutely. I folded a sweatshirt up last year and slept on that. It was awful. And I sacrificed being warm so I could have a pillow.
Yeah. So here's a trick that I've learned when I've forgotten my pillow.
Yeah.
I take a sweatshirt or a jacket and I stuff everything into one arm.
Yes.
And it becomes kind of pillow adjacent.
Yeah.
And then I turn it and set it on its side.
On its head.
So that it reaches my head.
Yeah.
I've done that more than once.
I wouldn't doubt that.
All right. My number 3 was finish any repairs that need to be done.
Well, that is my number 1 priority going into this week is I need to fix my shadoobie.
Right. Well, that's why I was here with you guys yesterday fixing my shaboobie.
Yeah.
So got that off the checklist.
Yeah.
Before we go, because
I have to install a ring and pinion.
I wasn't thinking I was going to make it.
I need parts to arrive.
Yeah, you do.
I need parts to get here.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to be riding shotgun and taking a lot of video of me.
No, I'll take Big Red.
All right, fair enough. All right, this one doesn't necessarily apply for this trip, but it could.
Yeah.
Check your passes.
Oh.
And make sure that the park is actually open and the area is legal.
Yeah.
Do all that before you go. Now, I keep my yearly pass at AOAA on a magnet. It's magnet paper, and it sticks to the inside of my door. So when I get there, I just take it off and put it back on the side of the door, so it's always there.
Yep.
If you have a JL, that may not work so well because it's all aluminum.
It is aluminum.
I'll have to figure out a new solution once I get my JT. Maybe I could hammer in some metal in the back of
Please don't.
No.
No.
But make sure that you've done your due diligence. You've filled out all the liability paperwork that some parts require, so that when you get there, check-in is smooth and it's all taken care of. You don't have to sweat that. I mean, that's dumb, but make sure it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Got anything else?
So another thing that I usually have to do is check the truck.
Oh, yeah,
So
you got a tow pig.
Check the tow rig, check your pressures, check your tire pressure, your trailer pressure, your blinker fluid. It's all important.
That really is. I mean,
muffler bearings.
If you can't get your Jeep there because your tow truck is bad.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Check your tires on your trailer.
Yeah.
Those are oft neglected.
They are. Also check your, the trailer wheel bearings. Make sure they're greased. So usually when I'm greasing the buggy, I also just walk out to the trailer and
yes,
and grease everything up.
That's good. That's good. Now this one's a dumb one, but it's something that I've failed to do in the past, and so I'm going to remind everybody: check all your onboard tools. That was on in your rig that you expect them. Your deflators, your whatever you need with you, big stupid hammer, wrenches. Make sure you
impact gun.
Those are exactly where they're supposed to be. Well, that's a good idea. Maybe I should charge my impact gun.
Yeah, that's important too. That's my last thing, is usually making sure all my batteries are charged. Everything is, tip top when I go out there, because and I make it to a point that it is the last thing I do is I take all the batteries off the chargers.
Yep.
And put them in their respective places, load up, done.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I literally yesterday just put my radios on the charger, and the last time I did that, I forgot them on the charger.
Right.
So I've got a go bag that has all my GoPro stuff in it and everything. So
make sure everything
goes in there on Friday, ready to go.
And your blinker fluid's topped off.
Yes, blinker fluid's important. I can't wait to go.
I know. I'm so excited.
These 2 weekends are some of my favorite weekends of the whole year, because it's a good group of guys that get to camp together.
Yep.
I mean, we hang out outside of there, but we're
the group is growing though.
It is growing, and I actually like that.
Growing this year.
Yeah. I mean, the first time we did it was the 3 of us. No, it was 4 of us.
4 of us. Marie was there.
Right.
And it's slowly grown, and we've been fighting off no, you can't come. It's our weekend.
It's a $75 deposit, non-refundable to be a part,
and
just to be
minimum of 3 cases of beer, 1 for each night.
That's right.
But it's grown, and it's great. We got all the guys are starting to hang out, and I think it's gonna be a good one this time.
I think it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it. Well, so I hope that this has kind of helped you prepare for your wheeling weekend. Just going up for the day is different than actually going for, an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Wheeling one day, you're a lot more likely to be able to get it off the trail and get it back home. But if you're there for a couple days, you want to be able to extend that journey. But I hope this has helped out a lot. If we miss something, or something of this might make a good topic, send that in to us at info@jeeplifepodcast.com.
I mean, if you want to hear about all the different Zerk fittings I grease, we can talk about it.
Well, I personally might need that, so
okay.
That might be a good topic.
That costs $75 too.
I know, right? Where can people find us?
Well, I want everybody to head over and hit that like and subscribe button on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
There's more content going out there all the time. I'm working on some more videos. I got a lot of content from over the summer, so it's going to be a good one coming up for this fall season on the YouTube channels. But also we have a Facebook, Instagram. Just search Jeep Life Pod or Jeep Life Podcast.
You'll find us.
And you'll find us on the Googles, on all of your major streaming platforms where you get your podcast. We are there. Make sure you share it with your friends. Tell them, let us get in their ears.
Yes. Like an earworm. Get on,
Something.
crawl on in there. Yeah. I don't know what that was.
That kind of that makes it weird. We just want to share our knowledge.
Yeah.
Earworms.
Oh, all right. So next Sunday, we might have something special. I'm just putting it out there.
We might.
We might. There's always a might. There was a might tonight.
There was always a might.
But anyway, for my good friend Breaking Billy, I'm Jeep and Terry, and here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. So yes, recovery gear.
That doesn't leave the Jeep.
Right. I was going to say that's a given.
Yeah.
But it is a good thing to double check.
It is. If you take yours in and out. Yeah, just mine always stays in the Jeep. I almost used a lot of it last night.
So went camping with Boy Scouts one time in January.
Oh, check your size.
Yeah, make sure
your sleeping bag. Not that you just have it. Yes, it's there, but if you're 6'3" and you're
coming
in
up
a
to your
kids,
waist,
you need two of them.
That would suck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Michael, that's a good idea about but that only applies to us folks here in Pennsylvania. But definitely email your state Congress representative to get those doors off Jeeps.
Yep.
Danny, good topic. When to use rockers or lockers?
I think he meant lockers.
I'm going to assume it meant lockers, when to use them. Well, I can't.
I can.
But that is a good point, when to use them.
When your Jeep is starting to sink and you put your foot to the floor, you grab a gear and go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good time.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. I'm going to go home and go to bed.